What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to QUACKAST. Breaking news today for the Ducks. The official roster is in. We are going to discuss that roster for this 2022 to 2023 season in today's episode. Let's get to it. YouTube channel for all the latest content. Tariff free as well.
Are you sure about that?
So the roster is like this. We're going to have 13 forwards, 8 defensemen, and 2 goalies. I'm sure you can guess what they are. The 13 forwards are as follows. Mason McTavish, Trevor Zegras, Max Jones, Isaac Lundestrom. A forward, if you watched the preseason, you may remember from his great chemistry with Max Jones as he developed throughout the preseason. Pavel Regenda, Max Comtois, Brett Leeson, who we got as a waiver claim today from the Washington Capitals minor league affiliate, the Hershey Bears, Troy Terry, Derek Grant, Adam Henrique, Jakob Silverberg, and our 2 free agent acquisitions from the offseason of Ryan Strome and Frank Vetrano.
No.
For the defensemen, Jamie Drysdale, John Klingberg, Cam Fowler, Kevin Shattenkirk, Nathan Beaulieu, Dmitry Kulikov, Colton White, and Simon Benoit. Now, Colton White was formerly of the Devils, played up and down between their team and the Devils' AHL affiliate. Beaulieu, who we got on a PTO, we signed him earlier to a 1-year, $750,000 deal, which is league minimum.
Interesting.
And then the 2 goalies are going to be John Gibson and Anthony Stolarz, of course. Your third stringer is going to be Lukas Dostal, who we may see in spurts again this season like we did last year. Now, for the lines, I think the likely healthy scratch candidate's going to be Leeson, because, I mean, he doesn't have nearly as much experience in the NHL as most of the other forward names that I mentioned. Expect him to be a healthy scratch and maybe platoon out a guy like Max Comtois or Derek Grant or something like that. On the defensive front, I never mentioned Urho Vakanainen, because he went down with an injury crashing awkwardly into the boards. He's been placed on IR.
Bummer.
So likely when we get Vakanainen back, I would say Colton White would be the most likely candidate to get sent down to the AHL. And if not, it would be Nathan Beaulieu or maybe Simon Benoit. So Sam Carrick, who would normally be on our 4th line, he's out as well until November with a hip recovering from the hip surgery. John Gibson is day-to-day. Hopefully he's ready for opening night. Not sure what's going on there. Let's talk about actually our first game of the season now while we're here, my friends. The season opener is going to be this Wednesday night, and we're going to get a Kraken versus, well, them, the Seattle Kraken. In their 2nd year of existence in this league, the Kraken did not have that great of a year last year, and that's the reality of when you are an expansion team. Vegas is an exception. The Kraken have a couple of injuries of their own, and a notable injury they are having is to their backup goalie, Chris Driedger, who had been a pretty solid goalie, but he's recovering from a knee injury, and he's going to be out at least until February. Jonas Donskoy and Jaden Schwartz are still day-to-day, and we'll see if any of them play in the opener. Those are 2 pretty impact players for the Kraken. The Kraken also got Oliver Bjorkstrand from the Blue Jackets, who's a pretty solid second liner for them. And the Kraken also have their top rookie, Matt Beniers, who could challenge Mason McTavish for the Calder Trophy, which is Rookie of the Year. We'll see how that goes. Should be a pretty intriguing matchup at the Honda Center. Are any of you going to the game? I'm not. I have some things I'm a bit busy with college, but do comment below if you're going to the game. I would say also watch for the big defenseman Jamie Alexiak. He's probably now Zdeno Chara retired. He's now the biggest active player in the NHL. Hard to miss, number 24. He's 6'7", 257. Yeah, that's a pretty large guy.
Correct!
Brandon Tanev was a pretty impact player for the Kraken last year, even though he had a season-ending injury that required surgery early on, so the Kraken didn't get to see much of him. Jared McCann was the Kraken's leading goal scorer last year. He got signed to a 5-year extension. With the Kraken in 74 games last year, he had 27 goals, 23 assists for 50 points. Minus 26 rating, though. 50 points, 74 games. That's about 3/4 of a point per game player when you do your math right there, my friends.
Impressive.
So that should be pretty fun. And for the Ducks, let's of course watch for Mason McTavish, like I mentioned. And like I mentioned with Beniers, he could challenge that guy for the Calder Trophy. We'll see how that goes. Trevor Zegras, another guy to watch for. Let's also keep an eye on the new Duck, Dmitry Kulikov, a veteran defenseman, lots of experience, should help out the youngins pretty well. And then Jamie Drysdale as well, number 6 there on our top line, top D line with Cam Fowler. Should be a pretty good game. And this is the opener of the season at the Honda Center. And right after this, the Ducks are going to go right out on the road very early on, road trip for the Ducks. So they will fly east, and Saturday the 15th will take on the New York Islanders. We'll see how that game goes. Prediction for this game, the Ducks will beat the Kraken by a score of 4-3 in regulation time. Well, that's been this episode of QUACKAST. What did you think? Comments below. Click like and subscribe. If you have yet to do that already, comment below. Stay tuned for more QUACKAST. And let's go Ducks. Let's get a win in the opener.